What's up, everybody? And my name is Justin, and welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Tears. Today I'm excited because I'm going to try for the first time ever a bottle that I've been waiting to try for quite some time. I finally got some hands on this bottle. It is the Heaven and Hill Bottled and Bond 7-year-old bourbon. Okay, so I've never seen this in stores anywhere around me. I was recently on Caskers, I was looking it up, and I found it online on Caskers for $45. I was like, whoa, are you sure? So I said, okay, yeah, I will buy that. So I bought this online on Caskers for $45. I was super excited about that price. Add on another $10 for shipping or so. So whatever. I was excited to get it. I've never seen it anywhere around me. So I'm a big Heaven Hill guy. Last episode we did do the Henry McKenna 10-year, which is also a bottle and bond, 100 proof. So I'm excited to try this one. Overall, I'm a really big lover of Heaven Hill stuff. I got a bunch of the Elijah Craigs, the barrel proofs, even the Larceny, especially the A123 this year was an absolute banger of a bottle, especially at that price point. So I do enjoy Heaven Hill, so I'm gonna get into this one today. I've got high hopes for it, hoping that it comes out really nicely. Let's go ahead and get into it and do the bottle pop. And then the nose. First of all, I almost forgot, the bottle. I don't know what it is about this bottle, but I think it looks awesome. I don't know what it is about the labeling, about the white, about the color of the whiskey inside, the shape of the bottle. It's not a very standard shape. Like, there's no other bottles up here that are kind of this shape where it starts out smaller at the bottom and then grows a little bit and gets bigger at the top. I think this bottle looks really, really cool. All right, let's get the bottle pop and do the nosing out of the bottle. All right, really nice pop there, good cork. All right, nosing, first time ever of the Heaven and Hill Bottled and Bond 7-year. Ooh, nice, sweet, really sweet and sugary. It's got, it's really, the thing that struck me right away was like a Luden's cherry cough drop, but without the medicine-y part. You know, the ones that you eat just for fun? That's what it struck me as. But it's definitely, especially compared to the Henry McKenna, which is like a deep, dark cherry, this is like a nice, young, bright, vibrant cherry, almost some other citrusy notes in there as well, so maybe an orange. Yeah, I could see an orange, maybe a peel of a lemon. All right, let's do the pour into the glass and see what we're actually gonna get out of this glass. Oh, starting to sound like Matt Porter there for a second. Okay, poured it out. It is relatively dark, I think, comparatively, especially considering you gotta keep in mind some of these up here are very old or much older or are finished, so may look darker for those reasons, but this one's pretty dark. All right, Heaven Hill 7-year Bottle and Bond, nose out of the glass. Yep, you definitely got those Luden's cherries, that really sweet, sugary, candied cherry on there. Is really what strikes me right out of the gate. You almost got a little bit of floraliness in there. Ooh, I just got a hint of the nuttiness, like a peanut that, Heaven Hill is very famous for having some nuttiness in there. I really didn't get much nuttiness out of the Henry McKenna, but this one I got a hint there. Yep, there's a little hint of nuttiness on there. Okay, it smells good. I'm excited to try it. I'm nervous about it because I have high hopes and expectations for this bottle, but we'll see what it's like. So cheers, everybody. Here we go. You definitely get that strong, vibrant-y sweetness up front. It then moves into a bit of oakiness, not like a sweet oak, but kind of like a dry oakiness after it gets through that initial sweet cherry. There's definitely some kind of floral note in this one too. I'm not quite, it's almost like Some type of green stalk is coming to my mind, but I can't think of what exactly it is yet. Okay, there's definitely a nuttiness on there too. It's almost like it's not a peanut, like the nose was more peanutty. I think it's more like a cashew. If you think about a cashew and when you eat them, and they're kind of more mellow and almost bland for a nut, but they're also like softer and creamier. It's kind of like that you get out of a cashew compared to like a peanut, which is harder and more intense with the flavoring. You get like after you get through the initial sip, you get like a melted vanilla ice cream is how I would describe it. So after you get through that initial cherry, then you get that wood as it goes down and kind of slowly rolls off the tongue. You get like a melted vanilla ice cream, like the vanilla ice cream that you get at the end of the bowl where it's all soupy and it's not like super cold anymore, but that's kind of what it finishes like. Yeah, I can see those cashews in there. Definitely the sweeter cherries. It's not quite as sweet as on the nose. The nose was super sweet with that candied cherry, this Luden kind of cherry type deal. So, okay. Before I put this on the tier system, you guys might be able to tell by the clothes, but I'm filming the last video and this video back to back, which was the Henry McKenna 10 year to this Heaven Hill 7 year. They're both from Heaven Hill. They're both bottled in bond. So I'm gonna do a really quick just comparison before I rate the Heaven Hill 7 year compared to the Henry McKenna 10 year, which I put on the B tier last week. So Heaven Hill 7 year. Okay, really nice, strong sweetness. And then Henry McKenna 10 year. Okay, there is I think, a clear winner between the two, and it's the Henry McKenna 10 year. It's hard to explain, but this one almost seems, even though they're both 100 proof, there's a 3-year difference. I don't know if there's a mash bill difference or anything like that. 3-year difference between these, obviously, and that seems to really stand out. The Heaven Hill 7 year bottled in bond just almost seems slightly muted down. Like, it tastes really good, don't get me wrong. It tastes really good, but it almost drinks like a 90 proofer, where this one definitely drinks like a 100 proofer. Maybe underwhelmed me slightly. I had really high, which is interesting because of how hyped up the Henry McKenna is, I had over expectations for it, and then how much, for some reason, I've hyped this one up in my brain. Words are coming out weird, but it's a clear winner between the two, just in a quick head-to-head here. The Henry McKenna far and away better than the Heaven Hill bottled in bond 7 year. So if I'm gonna put the Heaven Hill bottled in bond 7 year on the tier system, well, it's gonna be pretty easy for me now. It's gonna go down, I can't believe I'm doing this, but it's going down on the C tier. C tier, it's just your average daily sipper. It's honestly, there's nothing super special about it. It's got more of a bright young sweetness to it than the Henry McKenna 10 year. So maybe if you like that more candied, stronger sweetness to it, maybe you would like that one a little bit more than Henry McKenna 10 year, which definitely has a little bit more of the deeper, darker notes in there, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, it's gonna go down on the C tier for me. Maybe a little bit disappointing, honestly, overall. I thought it would be higher than this going into today. Maybe I should have, had I started with this one on this filming series rather than the Henry McKenna, I would have done better. But yeah, it's gonna go down on the C tier for me. So have you guys had the Heaven Hill 7 year? What do you guys think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.